Hello, how you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggly, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. She don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure. Okay, hello, everybody. I'm back. It's your girl Dazzle, and welcome back to Dazzle That Tarot. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a reading, all you have to do is go into the description box. Everything is down there. Everything I say here during this reading is all alleged and for entertainment purposes. And so, you know what? Modern science says that, guess what? The metaphysical sciences is a valid tool of science, and all tools of divination, such as tarot and oracle and whatnot, are all valid tools of science. I think I said it right. That's my intro. I usually say it right. Did I say it right? Until modern science says that the metaphysical science is a valid form of science, and all tools of divination, such as oracle and tarot, are all valid tools of science. I think I said that. Did I? I don't know, girl. It's the pregnancy brain. Okay. So, anyway, until then, I'm just talking mess. Okay. So, basically, I got to watch Stephen Williams' interview with Tasha K. Okay, so Stephen is Katt Williams' brother, right? So last night when I did a live and I talked about it, I did like a little quick reading to see if he was telling the truth about the sexual allegations, and it is some truth to it, right? When they were minors. So basically, don't mind my kid in the back and my husband's in the background too. So I'm going to keep it cute today. So I'm not going to be as, point blank, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So look, so basically I said there was some truth to it, but I do think it could have been resolved if he was to have that conversation with his brother and things, because they were both minors, and I think it was a situation where they were experimenting and things like that. I don't think that it was severe as in we need to criminalize anybody or those things. I think it could have just been a conversation and a heart to heart as brothers, and talking about that time in their lives where things could have been a little bit, confusing, and you're trying to explore and things like that, and you're doing things that you've seen, and you might have just been doing it to the wrong person. But you see what I'm saying, right? So a lot of things happen when you are a child being pre-exposed, or you're trying to figure out your body and things like that. So I don't blame kids. I blame the environment and the parents. And also, I also talked about the fact that I am allegation and accusation burnt out. Okay. I'm burnt out from it. All right. I'm suffering from fatigue. All right. I'm so tired of going around, and it just seems like, and I don't know if it's because of the Me Too movement or whatever, but it just seems like we have to believe every single body who comes on and says somebody did something to them. And we just got to believe every single thing about it and just villainize the other person with no proof, just hearsay. Okay. And no matter what, we just have to believe the person. There's no nuance to it. We can't listen to the other side. We just have to, somebody got to be a villain and someone has to be a victim. And I kind of think that, that's a dangerous path that we're on, you know. And the reason why is because through history, we know that that is a dangerous path. If you look at the Salem witch trials, all you had to do is accuse somebody of doing witchcraft, and it could be anything. They could have, they could have had a green thumb, and been an excellent gardener and planter and growing crops, right? And your neighbor could be jealous and be like, "Oh, they're growing crops and their crops look healthy. Oh, it must be witchcraft." And now all of a sudden you get hanged or you get burned at the stake, and now your neighbors get to divvy up your property. You see what I'm saying? And it's based on accusations in the kangaroo court. You know what I'm saying? Or like, for instance, I can say, I don't know, my husband over there, say if he wasn't my husband, I can just say that he did something to me. He stole my purse. He stole my purse, right? And without hearing his side, without hearing the facts, and you just hear what I say, you just go with it, and now y'all gotta call him a thief and the perch snap and the perch. I said perch. Oh my god, a purse snatcher. Now he's a thief and a purse snatcher, right? So y'all done put that on his jacket, and no matter what he say, he can't get rid of it, right? And I feel like that is bad. That is that's bad. That's just like with back in the day, when it came to segregation and racism and stuff like that. How many black men have been hung based on the accusation of a white woman? And all she had to say was an accusation. She didn't have to give you proof. She didn't have to give you nuance. She didn't have to give you nothing. All she had to say was so and so did something to me. And then all of a sudden, there's a group of some good old boys who's going to exact justice and vengeance on this man and show him the natural order of things. So if we've seen how accusations can hurt people without proof, without fact, without their just due in court, then I don't think it's cool to keep going by that rule. Believe everybody that comes out with an accusation. No. You can listen, but don't believe everything. So I'm saying all this to say, I watched the interview, and it's a couple of things, right? And this is why I have accusation and allegation fatigue, okay? Because Katt Williams' brother said a lot of open, left me with more questions than answers, okay? And I guess it's because he did not want to be incriminated. So he was saying things, but not saying things, answering questions with questions, trying to be subliminal, but not giving you anything. You had Tasha K straight up asking him, did your brother do this, that, and the third to you? And he like, well, then he say no. Then he say, well, it's so and so dead, and she like, yeah, then that's your answer or whatever. Then I don't have to answer that question. Just crazy stuff like that. And I just kind of feel like if you want to sit here and be on the interview and you out here to expose and you have an allegation, say it with your chest. Forget it. If you know it's true and we should just believe you, say it with your chest. Say exactly what happened. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't foot around it. Don't put in your windows. Because I've been confused if I was Tasha K. But the way Tasha K like promoted it and stuff, she was making it seem like he was worse than R. Kelly. Katt Williams was worse than R. Kelly, worse than P. Diddy, all types of stuff. And at this point, I don't see why she even did that. It was for a hype value, but I don't even see why she did that, right? So now I'm left to assume things, right? I didn't get a solid answer, so now I have to assume. But what I do know based on tarot, based on my intuition, I do think that when they were younger, when they was very young, I do think that they experimented or whatever happened. But, I don't think it was anything that a real come to Jesus conversation moment that two brothers could have had in the privacy behind closed doors with a therapist or whatever couldn't clear up. Okay, so that's the other thing. So that's kind of what I got from all that. Everything else sounds like a little bit of, you got a vendetta against your brother. You need some money in some type of way. You want to knock him down a peg or two. It was giving all that energy, which makes sense, and it makes me feel like, yep, they are brothers, because that was the energy that I got when Katt Williams was on Club Shay Shay. She wanted to knock people down a peg or two, but also get a little, notoriety and hopefully get a coin too. And the other thing is, with Katt Williams, that I don't get about people is that they call him an absolute truth teller. But he's not an absolute truth teller. The truth is absolute. I think he told a truth about everybody, the way he sees it, right? But he didn't tell the absolute truth about everything, which gives segue in which gives an opening for people who really know him personally, that know stuff that he never told the public, to come out and say it. You see what I'm saying? And I kind of just feel like if he's going to be a truth teller, you got to tell the truth, not a small part of your truth, and whatever the case may be. Tell the whole truth. Tell the real reason why you went to Club Shay Shay and did all that. It wasn't just because you want to be a truth teller and you're righteous. No, it was a lot of ego and vindictive stuff going on. And both of them got that going on. And I don't know. Y'all tell me, that's how I kind of feel. But we just going to go ahead on and answer some questions, because the real tea is that I want to know, because people are saying that the Illuminati is trying to silence Katt Williams. So let's see if the Illuminati is really trying to silence Katt Williams. Let's see. And then oh my God. And then whole time, I'm going to tell y'all right now, one of my babies is right here. And I usually don't let her see let her see me do readings and stuff, because now she's all up in my business, right? So I'm not trying to say the stuff that I want to say exactly how I want to say it. So I don't know, y'all. Pray for me. Look, anyway, the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati and the people who are affiliated with the Illuminati all forming together like Voltron to take Katt Williams down, because Katt Williams did the Club Shay Shay interview that exposed everybody. Is that what is going on here? Let's figure it out. We're going to be using the Guiding Light Tarot. Is that the case? 1, 2, 3. The powers that be. Oh, child. Okay. The problem with Katt Williams is that he has secret enemies, frenemies. Okay. He has frenemies, people who are close to him that are willing to tell his tea, because of how he rubbed them or wronged them or mistreated them or did not give to them, whatever the case may be. However they feel slighted, they feel slighted. So you have this high priestess in a reverse that's willing to be a secret enemy, that's willing to tell your tea, okay? Tell all your tea, all right? That's the issue that's going on with Katt Williams. That's the problem. If you're going to be righteous, you got to treat people good. You know what I'm saying? That's what a righteous person should do. Treat people good, right? And the reason why I'm saying this, because Spirit is saying the King of Wands in the reverse. I don't think he treated people good. This is ego, arrogance, okay? So he has something going on with him when it comes to that. And he has an arrogant nature. He has an ego. He can get aggressive too. And we know that from past history of his arrest and you know getting into it. Hell, he got into it with a 13-year-old, and the 13-year-old put him in the chokehold, put him in the full Nelson or some shit. So excuse my language, but yeah, so he has this issue going on with him, right? And it's rubbing and it hurts the people that's close to him, all right? Because that's who really gets the brunt of that, all right? So that's the issue. That's what's going on. And the Four of Wands is in the reverse. That's your household. That's in-house in the reverse. That's your inner circle, the people that's close to you for me. Okay? So there's some foundational things that is messed up. All right? So it's not the Illuminati. It is the fact that he's treated or came off and rubbed people the wrong way that was close to him. Five of Wands is conflict, competition, things like that, right? People at odds. So this is a conflict. Then you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone solo dolo getting money on their own. So really, I think he's a strain. I think in a way he's become, or he probably always been that way, but also based on that, I think that he has hoarded his own wealth in a way, and I feel like he's the independent one, he's the money maker, things like that, but it's for self, it's not for the circle. I don't think it's really for the circle or something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like they have an issue with him. And maybe he's not giving the way that he could be giving. But I kind of think he can be a tyrant too. It's some things going on that makes people want to expose him. Okay? That's all I'm getting from that. So it's not the industry. It's not the industry. It's his interpersonal relationships and stuff. That's what's really going on. So, and I don't think he's willing to help. I mean, even his brother. Now, what his brother was talking about is, I get to watch my brother on TV and be rich and stuff. And he like, I don't have no money. I'm not the rich one. You know, whatever. So I'm thinking, well, have you been helping your brother? No, here's the other thing. If you got people that's close to you like that and grew up with you, I think that you should always keep them good. You know, they don't have to be living like you, but you know, just make sure they alright. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure they alright. But when you don't do that and you don't feed them, you know what I'm saying? They're more inclined to turn. That's how I kind of feel. And if they know you, they know your tea. So I don't know. Let me see something. So I already know that happened when they were younger. But what was the purpose of his brother coming out with these accusations and whatnot? You know what? 1, 2, 3. I think he was tempted to. It's about money, past confusion, and trying to get away from all that. Okay, so clearing up past. Okay, so he trying to balance a coin. Okay, it's about money. All right. The Seven of Cups is in the reverse. This talks about past confusion or whatnot. And also this is the Six of Swords. So this is talking about moving away from that. So I kind of feel like the brother is hoping this whole thing is that he'll be able to balance his money by causing this confusion. He'll be able to get something from Katt Williams. And then afterwards he can move away from the drama. He can go back to obscurity or whatever the case may be. So he wants money from Katt Williams. That's what he really wants, right? He doesn't want justice. He doesn't want nothing else like that. he wants to shake down his own brother because he feels like his own brother is selfish and he doesn't give him enough. Okay, that's why. So let's go ahead. So what was Tasha K's reasoning? Was she influenced by the powers that be? That was another question. Did the powers that be come to Tasha K and tell her to try to destroy Katt Williams? 1, 2, 3. You got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Got the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and got the Strength card. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who wants to be a journalist, but is not going to journalism school. So she's not a real journalist. Let's start there. And she does shortcuts, right? So what she was trying to do something shady, like interview somebody who is related to somebody big, like Katt Williams' brother, and let him be salacious because it's going to get money, right? And to be honest, it's kind of stubborn of her. She wants to be in a situation that's going to cause her to be on the defense all the time, but that's what she wants. I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like with these cards, it's really about finding a way to increase money. It's not about getting justice for no kids, for him or nothing like that, because he bring up kids. But it's just a sneaky way, a little dirty way to get money, like she did with Cardi B, right? So that's about money, and this is all about gossip. And I think she's also a little bit jelly of Katt Williams. I do think it's a bit of jealousy there. I think it's a bit of jealousy for Katt Williams, and there was a jealousy for Cardi B too when she was doing that to Cardi B. So she wants to knock him down a peg or two to make her look strong as well, because she wants to be the person that, like she did Derek Jackson, she wants to be the person that ruins his career, and it's easier to do it that way and get more money and things like that and more attention. Ooh, let's go. That was the fool in the reverse. That's reckless behavior. And get more attention so she can hurry up and get, it's about advancement. It's about riding somebody's coattail with scandalous stuff, right? And ruining them to uplift you. That's what that is. People don't want to say that, but that's what that is. So that's what I got. Right, and then I also on my live, I did say that he is jotting stuff down, recording stuff, because he about ready to sue Tasha or whatever the case may be. But he is collecting evidence and things like that, so he might sue, he might not, but it might happen, y'all. But yeah, that's what I got, you guys. I'm about to get off of here real quick. So I love y'all for real. Thank you for tuning into my reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.